Hello and welcome CNG 132 500 to the summer online course. Um, let's see, as we start the course, make sure to look at the getting started area. I do have a Google Hangout, so if you post something, these alerts go to my phone. Um, and in some cases, we have issues with like a lab or something, and I need to walk something or set up an environment with you personally. This is kind of what we'll do it. We'll meet and do like a VoIP call or just a call, and I'll do my best to walk you through how to set up the lab in the virtual environment. Make sure to look over the syllabus. Here is the discussion rubric. Eights, a score of a B will get you will be the initial post. If you just do replies, you'll get 1 point per reply. And if you do 2 replies and no other discussion post, you usually get just a 7 out of 10. Um, Make sure to look at the MindTap user guide. I have a lot of people skip over these in the very beginning, and it snowballs at the end, or I should say, it starts to snowball quickly because in the summertime we're working at a faster pace. We have 10 weeks to cover 15 weeks worth of content. So make sure to watch these videos. These are here to help you out. Um, if there's a video or something or a link and you ask me a question, I will direct you to that link first. Um, because once again, I put important information in this course for you to access. Once again, valuing your time, and I hope you value my time. Let's see. This week we cover chapters 1 and 2. Review what's in the news. This is a cool feature of MindTap where all of our homework is at. And once you click one of the links that I have posted, and I'll show you here, if we click in the news, you see these links here in the news: security, threats, and IT. Um, that should have been set up. Okay. Well, okay, this should have been set up. I thought I already set this up. SU19 today. And this is where we'll go for all of our reading, our slides, our tests, the exam, any sort of content we need will be hosted out on their site. And hopefully here we go. So the links should pull you over immediately. I think you guys make the account the first time you click a link, or if you already have a Cengage account, you just use that Cengage account. Once you land out to the MindTap environment, you'll see it says Summer 19, and you just kind of verify this: Security Plus, Guide to Network Security Fundamentals. Skip. You can take the tour. I'll skip the tour. This is my about 6th time using this. Let's see, on the right hand side, you're going to see tiles, my content, my notes. You can highlight your book. There is a right here, read speaker. If you're on the road or something, open up your phone, use some of your wireless data. I shouldn't laugh, but this is a way for you to always keep up on the class wherever you're going. And this content is available to you on any mobile device. I saw they came out with a phone version and a tablet version, so you really have access to this now. Uh, if you want, I usually, instead of trying to click through the reading in D2L, which is good, I usually click the full book just so I can always see the entire chapter contents. So I click the blue icon here for full book. The top right icon, let me expand that a little bit. Top or left icon will be chapters. Then I want to click chapter 1, and I can see chapter 1's contents. This way will give me the entire chapter's contents, where I think if you follow my links, it leaves off the case projects. And the case projects are what we use for discussion. You simply just pick one case project. And when I say one case project, find what you gravitate to. If you see people doing all 1.6s or 1.7s, but you feel like you want to talk about 1.4, what are your layers of security? Maybe you discuss that, and this is time for you to reflect about security um, to you. Most of the discussions can be done without reading the text, so there's no excuse for not um, not putting the post up by Wednesday. A lot of them are just kind of like reviewing on your own state, whether it's at home, at work, family, friends. Perhaps there's like a news article you can also put in there. Um, really, really interesting stuff that you should gravitate to. So back to D2L, back to week one. This current video will replace my old video from last semester. Um, the weekly check-ins I'll delete now because we haven't had time to check in. Or maybe you get the 4 people that saw these can have an idea of what I expect for this week. Follow the sub-modules, and as you see, we clicked on week one. Everything below week one's slightly indented. Those are modules within in each week. Um, Follow these down from top to bottom. That's the best way to succeed in doing the assignments. If we go down to assignments, we can see that there are some lab simulations for chapter 1. This shouldn't be here. You have a project that's a Word document and a project 2 that's a Word document. These are essentially directions that you follow. Do project 1-3 on page 15D. So if we go back to full book and then chapters, chapter 1. Oh, did I click chapter 1? Chapter 1, 15D. And which one was it? 1-3, 1-1, 1-2, and 1-3. So I do want this done, but I want it done with these modifications. I want to pick right at step 14, you're going to discover something or report back, and this is what you fill out in this line. I have people print off these Word documents. I have them, people edit it in Word, people edit it in PDF. However you want to do it is fine. Then you take a screenshot, save it as a PNG file, and upload it to Dropbox 2, which is activities, assignments, and then project 1. You go on to project 1-4, 1-5. I'll be working on these ISOs for DreamSpark. This is our accounts are made in Westminster. So I'll be working on this side this week. If there's ever a problem with a lab, make sure to snip, take a picture, document what problem you had, and write out the issue you had. Simply not doing a project will get you points deducted. But if you said, hey, okay, I didn't get the ISO yet, I cannot complete this. I'm like, okay, I just need to work on getting you the ISO. Any sort of project that you have, hopefully you get it done by Sunday night. There's really no hard due dates, but try to keep up with the class. I know some people will fly through these assignments, but some people, they'll be getting introduced to making virtual machines. doing port scans, doing sort of virus testing or antivirus testing. So it may take you longer, which is why I don't have any hard due dates, but don't wait till the end of the semester to do all your labs because these do take significant amount of time. So once you're all done with the project 2 or project 1, then you click this button over here. It'll take you to a shortcut, and then you submit it. It looks slightly different as a student. So course materials, content. Here I am kind of imitating a student. I'd click project 1 assignment Dropbox and then upload a file. Boom. As soon as I upload a file, it sends you an email here and tells you that it's uploaded, and then you're good to go for that assignment. Other content, labs and lab simulations. Lab simulations are a practice environment in MindTap. Any sort of assignment you're allowed to do over and over again until you get the grade you want. The quiz, the same thing with the quiz. You're able to do them over and over again to get the grade you want. The slides are located here for both chapters 1 and 2. Review has a crossword puzzle and flashcards per chapter. Feel free to use those. Once again, this is going to be a challenging course because we cover so many aspects of security that we're not really deep diving into any topic. We are being exposed to many, many topics, and each week's going to be a plethora of, new material to cover that we're going to see this end up all tying together in week 9 and 10, but we still have we have like a month and a half to get there. Actually, that's like 2 months. 2 months to get there before we even get to see how everything combines. And as you're doing them, you're going to be able to see how they combine. Let's go back to assignments. If you're ever doing an assignment, and say we have to go to project 2-3, chapter, hands-on projects. So say we come down to project 2-3, and we say, oh, using a software keylogger. If any of these softwares are no longer functioning, it's not an excuse not to do the lab. Once again, look at the title of the project using a software keylogger. Copy it, Control C, open up Google and put in Control V so you paste it, and then do a Google search to see what other software keyloggers are out there for free. I know there's like Prey, there's Iris. There are many keyloggers out there that are free that allow you to complete the lab. Once again, you would just kind of say, okay, what is he looking for? 2-3, take a screenshot at this step, 24, and at 25. So then we go down to 24 and 25. Okay, under users, click websites visited. Note, screen captures of the different sites. So I'm looking for some sort of proof that the keylogger was working and you went to different sites. 20 and 25. What type of information would a software keylogger provide a threat actor? How could this be used to a victim? Not really based specifically on the software. So then we can answer 25 saying, hey, look, the keylogger would allow user to copy username and passwords for the site wellsfargo.com because it's all logged by the user typing those keys. So once again, long video for the start. Make sure to get a good start on this week. If you have any questions, make sure to email me in D2L or my Front Range account, george.lemos@frontrange.edu. You guys have a great week. I'm excited. I hope you are too.